Our series begins when we meet a woman in her late 20s named May, who is applying for a government job. We learn that she had been studying for a full 8 years to pass this exam, but she failed every single time. After the exam, we see her met by a man who offers to help her pass. She considers his offer because he demands a large sum of money in return. We also learn that her parents are extremely excited about her exam and want her to become a government employee as soon as possible. When May returns home, she finds them overjoyed because they mistakenly received a message saying May was accepted for the job. May can't bring herself to crush their happiness or tell them the truth, so she is forced to call the person who offered to help her. She goes to meet him at a restaurant, wearing her acting uniform, temporary job she does among many others. Because she's distracted and in a hurry, she stumbles at the door, but someone named Jai catches her. We learn that Jai has been surveilling the man May is meeting because he is actually a con artist. Jai tries to make a call from the scammer's phone to his assistant Ju to pinpoint his location. He then quickly gets up and tries to arrest him, as he's been working on this case for a year. He also warns May about this scammer. The scammer manages to escape and May runs after him, with Jai following close behind until he finally catches him. May sits down on the street, crying, and reveals that she paid him with her parents' money. Seeing her state, Jai takes her to the police station. Before leaving, he even gives her his shoes to replace hers, which she lost while running. There, she unfortunately learns they can't get her money back immediately. Meanwhile, when Jai returns home, he realizes their papers were swapped. When he calls her number, May yells at him and curses him out, as she was dealing with a lot of harassment at the time from a pervert who kept bothering her. She even blocks his number. On her way home, she sees a very beautiful cat and gives it the milk carton she had with her. She returns home very upset and starts getting rid of all the books that reminded her of her studies. All that exhausting effort for nothing, no matter how hard she tried. She drinks until she can't focus anymore. When she sees the cat following her, our protagonist, exhausted, becomes desperate at that moment and wishes her life would change. The next morning, when she comes out of her room and interacts normally with her mom and dad, they are shocked by her appearance. They become so frightened they even try to hit her because her appearance has changed. She has turned into an elderly woman. May gets scared of them because she doesn't understand what's happening to her, so she runs out of the house. Right then, she is shocked to see her new reflection. Her parents had already called the police on her, so they all go to the station. Of course, she tries to convince them that she is May, but they obviously find it impossible to believe, even after she tells them everything that proves she is their daughter. She leaves the station and hides in a restaurant, and the police happen to be following her, but by then she has returned to her normal form and goes back home. There, her mom has prepared many tools to protect themselves from the intrusive old woman who suddenly appeared in their house. May gets very upset because she knows no one will ever believe her, and she herself doesn't understand what is happening to her or why. She stays awake, scared, until the next morning. As soon as the sun's rays appear, May begins to transform into the old woman again. She runs to close her room door so no one sees her. She then thinks the cat might be the cause, so she starts taking some of her mother's clothes and her mom's sleeping, so she is able to leave the house. She goes to many cosmetic doctors to get her normal face back, but they can't even understand what she's saying. She even goes to a sorcerer, but it's no use to see this. When the sun sets while she's at his place, he freaks out when he sees her appearance changing, gets terrified of her, and kicks her out. So May ends up wandering the streets until she decides to make a fresh start. She applies for a job for senior citizen. There they are amazed by her abilities, especially since she is the youngest among the applicants. We learn that Jai is transferred from Seoul to Suhan at his own request. As for May, the next day she finds out she was accepted for the job and is overjoyed. She decided to introduce herself under the name Lim, the name of her aunt who went missing 20 years ago. She then remembers going to the station with her mom to report her aunt's disappearance. After that, May starts leaving her house before sunrise to avoid her parent. On her first day at her new job at the public prosecutor's office in Suhan, she learns they will be working as service employees. She meets her new colleague. The first is Seo, a former officer, the second is Jayam, the third is Okay, an elderly woman who is very sharp with her words, and the fourth is Hyun, who has a leg injury from his military service and uses a cane to walk. Lim and her colleagues start cleaning the building. Lim is full of energy, listening to music and even dancing. While cleaning the new prosecutor's office, she discovers the new prosecutor is no one else but Jai. She is in shock. She even broke a gift presented to him to be welcomed. May gets very nervous but remembers he surely won't recognize her in this new form. At the same time, Jai goes to a real estate agent to rent an apartment. We learn the agent is May's father, Mr. Choi, who rents him an apartment in his building. Mr. Choi is hesitant because there are rumors the apartment is haunted by evil spirits, but Jai agrees to rent it anyway. We also learn that Yu is May's only friend and also the real estate agent's daughter. She's a famous blogger with many followers. May asks her to post an ad to find the cat. In the apartment below, Jai is suffering from insomnia and can't sleep, so he gets up to continue working. Later, we see a famous actor, Khan, who is doing his military service at the same public prosecutor's office. On his first day, there are many fans and journalists waiting for him. May notices a suspicious person approaching him and quickly pushes him away with her mop just before an acid liquid in a bottle falls. Jai extinguishes it with his umbrella, which of course gets burnt. She feels very proud of what she did and is happy until her mom calls her and tells her a man named Jai is waiting for her. Her mom starts treating Jai well upon learning he is a government employee, seeing him as a potential son-in-law. May quickly returns home but hides under the stairs until sunset. Once she returns to her normal form, she goes to talk to to Jai away from her mom. She learns from him that their papers were swapped and that she wronged him when she yelled at him on the phone. She tells him his papers are at her place and he can come with her to get them. But then she remembers that instead of burning her books, she had donated them to the library. So she goes with Jai there and starts looking for the papers, but she can't find them. At that moment, a criminal attacks a woman trying to kill her. When May finds the papers, she realizes Jai has disappeared. Jai head into action upon hearing about the crime and went to the scene. There, he flashes back to his childhood memories of the day his mother died. At the crime scene, a part of the new female victim is missing and they can't find the rest of her body. Jai tries to investigate what happened in his own way. The criminal is still at the scene and tries to escape, so Jai runs after him. Meanwhile, May is walking, annoyed that Jai suddenly left her without a word. While looking at the papers, she gets distracted and bumps into the criminal's car. Before he can pull out a weapon and get out, Jai approaches and calls out to her loudly, scaring the criminal away. Jai tries to get any information from her and later takes her home. Her parents are there. At the same time, we see the criminal finishing off the victim in a remote location and writing May's name on the wall. As for May, who is known as Lim during the day, people praise her for her quick movements and bravery in protecting Khan. The director then introduces them to their new colleague Chul, who will replace their colleague Hyun, whom they haven't heard from in a week. Later, many gifts arrive at Yu's house. She is very surprised but leaves them outside the door. When May, in her Lim form, goes to her friend's place and tries to explain what happened, Yu thinks she's crazy and refuses to listen. Even after May tells her all their secrets, May stays at her place until sunset and even Yu has begun to film a video of her transforming back. Yu is terrified and doesn't understand anything, but May tells her she's sure the cat is the reason for what happened and they must find it. The next day at work, there are many fans for Khan and he asks Lim to talk to him. He invites her for coffee and has a car full of gifts ready for her. She returns the key to him and says she can't accept them. After much persuasion, she agrees to just have coffee with him. Jai later confronts a man who wanted to kill Khan. The man tells Jai he hates Khan because he saw him cursing at a fan signing event and accused him of spreading negative comments. After investigating, Jai learns from his assistant that the man was under the influence of a new type of drug, administered via an adhesive strip. We see Khan is nervous afterwards when a person with a hidden face enters the place, so he quickly leaves, taking his anxiety medication. When Lim sees him, she tries to calm him down, telling him he's only hurting himself and gives him a candy she likes. Later, we learn Khan got rid of his medication. In Jai's office, we see him asking his secretary for more work, but she refuses. We see her sitting idly in the bathroom and telling Lim that she refuses to work with him again. When Jai goes to the crime scene for inspection, he sees a car similar to one he saw before and tries to chase it but can't. When May returns home, she finds Jai waiting to talk to her again, but her mom insists he come inside to talk, as it's not proper for girls to talk on the street. May gets very nervous about her parents' behavior. Later at work, Lim is told the director wants to talk to her. After seeing Jai, she goes to thank him and gives him all the candy she has. The next day, she follows Ju around, who is surprised to find her at the secretarial desk. Even Jai is surprised and asks the director to reassign her, but he refuses, saying it's not his right to choose employees. When Jai returns to his office, he finds Lim promising to help him and do everything she can. We learn the director actually took a long time to arrange for her to work with him and tried to improve Jai's image in her eyes, explaining that he doesn't torture the employees who work with him. She should experience it herself. At work, they give her impossible tasks. First, Jai asks her to write a massive amount of paperwork, which she does incredibly fast, astonishing Ju, who takes longer to review it than she does to write it. Not only that, she's also very good at sports. When they ask her to buy them lunch and make numerous requests, she manages to buy everything. They are shocked at how she can do everything without a single mistake, but when she returns home, she is exhausted and burnt out, yet still happy. Jai continues with his difficult requests, and each time he is amazed by Lim's strength and capabilities. Meanwhile, Khan is watching the video he took May, which he found after following Lim. He is puzzled by how her appearance changes while she's wearing the same clothes, bag, and even the same bicycle. When Jai calls May's number to meet her, Lim answers and he is very surprised by the difference in voice, but she makes an excuse, saying she is a bit tired. He brushes it off and then asks Lim for extra work, making her late when she goes to meet him. She then finds out he had brought her tools to protect herself in case of danger. When she tells him she would call the police if anything happened, he says he doesn't trust the police. He also connects her phone to a location tracking device without her knowledge and then takes her home. She's very happy with his concern and in her joy accidentally calls him. When he answers, she says she will report him. The next day at the office, Jai talks with Ju about the clubs where the drugs are distributed and Lim tries to help, but Jai thinks she is too old to be of help in this matter. However, she insists and keeps telling them things they didn't know. She asks Yu to make her look better with makeup and goes to stand in front of the club. Ju is also undercover to get in and Jai is monitoring them via phone. May tries to hide her face until sunset so she can return to her normal form and enter the club. When the security guards at the door suspect her and want to check her, she transforms back, so they apologize and let her in normally. They refuse to let Ju in, which frustrates him greatly. When May enters the club, she starts dancing to get someone's attention and it works. One of the security guards is sent to take her to the VIP area. She secretly has a small camera in her bag, but she is clumsy. Jai gets worried when she doesn't respond, so he enters the place, fighting anyone who tries to stop him. Meanwhile, May is trying to escape from them. When she sees them preparing the drugs, she tries to film them and runs before anyone catches her. Jai sees her and scolds her. When he asks her why she is here, she says she comes here often to play and quickly hides the phone. But she sends a message from Lim's phone saying she suddenly got tired and had to leave. He then takes her home. On the way, May insists on knowing what name name he saved her number under in his phone, and she finds out he saved it as annoying, which greatly upsets her. Due to the stress, the car goes off the road and they can't get it out of the ditch. Jai's clothes get dirty, so May calls her parents, who come with a tow truck. Her mom cleans Jai's clothes, and instead of wearing the clothes he brought, he ends up wearing May's mom's clothes, which makes everyone laugh. Her mom also prepares food for him and insists he eat. When he returns home, his fridge is empty, so he is happy while putting the food she gave him in the fridge. The next day, she pretends to be sick to him. When Jai talks with Ju on the stairs, he notices that the new cleaner, Chul, is intently listening to their conversation. In prison, we see a prisoner calling someone and telling them they must help solve the problem to be released. Khan talks with Lim and gets closer to her, learning that the scar on her leg is from a cat scratch when she was little, but she never treated it because it was shaped like a heart and cute. In prison, we learn the prisoner became very ill and was transferred to the hospital. We go back to Jai having nightmares of when he was little, begging his mother to stay with him, but she would leave him every day, asking him not to be called Mama, and she would not be affected no matter how much he cried. One time, returning from school, he found out she had been killed. In the present, he gets news that the prisoner died in prison, so he goes there to continue the investigation and learns he had been calling a specific number multiple times, and that he was in the prison hospital without any reason. He calls the doctor, who tells him no one will care about his suspicions. As for Lim, when she tries to calm Khan down and tells him that the man who was harassing him died, Khan is deeply affected and says he died because of him, feeling very sad. Jai finds out and scolds her severely, saying he was wrong to agree that an old woman like her should work with him. Lim is very hurt by his words and leaves crying, remembering all the difficult tasks he asked her to do were just to mock her. That night as May, she started drinking heavily and she went to her friend's house. She tries to open the door repeatedly but can't, and she even gets hit with an electric shock device, but it's Jai's door, not Yu's, so he opens it quickly. She goes in and sleeps at his place, but before falling asleep she tells him he is a terrible person and has a very hard heart. She falls asleep there and wakes up before sunrise, realizing what happened. When she tries to leave before sunrise, she finds the door locked and learns only a maintenance person can open it, and they won't arrive before 9 o'clock. She panics and decides to go out through the balcony to her friend's apartment. Jai tries to stop her, but she kicks him and quickly climbs over. She wakes Yu up, and as soon as she enters, she turns into Lim. When there's a knock on the door, Lim finds Jai at the door with May's bag. She asks him to leave it by the door and go away, but when she opens the door later, she finds him still standing there. Yu comes out then and saves the situation, telling him she is her aunt and that May always says nice things about her. Lim gets nervous and asks Jai to return to his apartment. Yu then feels like she has a crush on Jai, but Lim tells her it's not real and that she just respects him, nothing more. At the office, Jai's colleague confronts him for working on her case and gets annoyed when she finds the rose gift she gave Jai on her desk. She apologizes to Jai, saying she didn't want to throw it away when it broke and kept it, and now gave him back and asked him to take care of it. She then gets a message from Yu with a number of someone who might know the cat's whereabouts. When she leaves work, she is met with a heavy rain, and Jai appears with an umbrella offering to take her home, but she gets off midway, quickly changes her clothes, and meets a group of young people with a cat. But it's not the same cat. She realizes they are scammers trying to take her money. Suddenly, Jai appears and recognizes the young men, telling them to stay away from her because the next time he sees them, it will be an official investigation. They then walks with Jai and talks about her aunt missing her great. The next day, they summon the young men and try to get information from them, but one of them talks in their modern slang, which they don't understand, but Lim understands and explains to Jai and Ju what they're saying. She tells them the drugs were a gift from a delivery guy who was in love with a girl the young man met online, from whom he bought games. Jai is increasingly amazed by Lim. The next day, Lim learns from Jai that they will talk to the girl from online to set up a deal. Lim easily contacts her and they arrange a meeting place. Jai waits for her in the restaurant while Lim and Ju monitor from outside, but Lim sees the girl putting drugs in Jai's drink, so as soon as her appearance changes, she quickly goes inside to warn him, but he doesn't understand. She then pretends to be his girlfriend who caught him cheating. The girl also argues with her, but suddenly her boyfriend, the delivery guy, arrives and Jai manages to arrest him. The girl tries to escape, but May and Ju catch her. Later, Jai is very surprised by her actions and that she is always there whenever he is in trouble, as if she's watching him, but May tries to defend herself and quickly leaves. When he sees her not taking the bus and walking alone, he follows her and hears her talking about him, saying she saw the girl trying to harm him and that she tried to help, all while cursing him. When she kicks a juice box with her foot, it hits a man walking ahead. Jai stops her and apologizes to the man, who doesn't back down until he learns Jai is a prosecutor. Maya gets nervous, sure he heard her while following. Jai tells her that some truths are better kept secret, but promises to tell her one day. She tells him she will wait. The next day, Jai interrogates the delivery guy and gets some information from him. At the same time, we see a woman approaches Lim and greets her, but Lim apologizes, saying she's mistaken. The woman tries to remind her that they work together at the bank, but Lim walks away, leaving her. Meanwhile, Khan continues to stalk Lim and sees her entering a play area. He hides his face and follows her inside. There, he sees the bag and jacket that belong to Lim, but they are with a young girl, May. When May accidentally eats his food, she apologizes to him. He sees the heart-shaped scar on her leg. May goes to get him another food, but when she gets him food, he is not there. When she returns home, she finds her parents have invited the whole neighborhood for a meal to celebrate their daughter becoming a government employee. They are all happy for her. The next day, the director invites them to dinner. At that time, Jai visits the officer who is responsible for his mother's case and is very surprised to find he has become an important figure. Jai remembers him pressuring his mother to testify against the criminal he saw. Later, the director asks them to continue their celebration elsewhere. but Khan asks Lim to go with him quickly. He quickly hugs her so no one sees her change, but Jai is standing behind them and sees them, obviously shocked. May faints, so Jai insists on taking her to the hospital. He keeps asking Khan how he knows her, and Khan says he knows her from work. He learns from the doctor that she fainted because she took a large dose of antidepressant. Jai argues with Khan because he knows May got the medication from him. May wakes up then and insists on returning home alone. She quickly leaves after Khan to ask him what he meant, and Khan tells her he found out her secret because he was stalking her and promises to protect her. She returns home with him, very anxious and scared. The next day at work, Lim notices a girl standing in front of the building asking about her father who disappeared. Jai is surprised to learn a new retiree has been appointed for training instead of Hyun, who hasn't been coming to work. Lim tells him she can easily get close to them and find out the reason. When she leaves the office and sees Khan bringing her coffee, she runs away from him. He runs after her, asking her not to be afraid of him, and even buys from her the paper the director wrote for her, saying he would grant any request written on it in exchange for her working with Jai. He takes the paper from her for a large sum, so Lim agrees to give it to him. Khan then goes to the director and asks to be his office assistant, and the director agrees. Meanwhile, Ju goes to ask people about Chul and learns he was a doctor who always helped people, that his wife died long ago, and that he tried to kill himself after her death. As for Lim, she goes to help the poor girl and learns she is Hyun's daughter, that he disappeared after sending her a message saying he was coming home, but he hasn't returned yet. She tells her she has no one else, so Lim promises to help her. She goes to ask all their colleagues but doesn't get any information other than that those who disappear from the country withdraw all their money from the bank and even borrow money from their neighbors before disappearing. May then returns home and asks her mom about her Aunt Lim. Her mom tells her Lim worked at a bank and that she must have run away and nothing good came of it, so she shouldn't worry about her. May says she remembers when they were searching for her everywhere and even reported her disappearance to the police. She used to hold her aunt's cat, and her mom would distribute flyers with her Aunt Lim's picture, which Jai saw when he was young. In the present, Seo goes to see his old colleague, the detective who was investigating the case of Jai mother testified in, and tells him what's happening, saying they need to act. He remembers when Jai mother called him and decided to give her testimony, but before he could go meet her, his boss assigned him another task, so his colleague went to meet her instead. Criminal appeared in front of her then, frightening her greatly. When the detective arrived, he couldn't find her and she has been missing since then. In the present, we learn Khan chose to be the director's assistant because his office window overlooks Lim's window. He delivers a list of names of the missing over the past 20 years to Lim. She notices the name Lim, her aunt, among them, and before she have time to react, Jai arrives and takes the papers, returning to his place. Ju continues his investigations into Chul and hears from people that his wife cheated on him, and when he returned, he found her dead after she withdrew all his money from the bank. Place of the affair became a residential building where Jai currently lives. May decides to go to Jai under the pretext of having dinner with him to hide Lim's name from the list. She goes to his place and starts talking a lot, and they drink so she can take the papers. Jai starts telling her he never knew his father and lived with his mother, but she wasn't by his side and he was bothered by people's looks. When Jai gets up to get her a disinfectant, she quickly tries to take the papers when he loses focus. After that, she tries to get close to him, but he pushes her away, embarrassing her greatly. She goes to Yu's apartment and tells her what happened, and Yu laughs at her. Jai is very upset with himself and later runs into her by chance at the supermarket. Jai tries to hide, but May sees her and they awkwardly apologize to each other. She quickly walks away, embarrassed. When Jai returns home, he continues his work and learns that the victims they found had a type of medical drug in their bodies. At work, she deals with Jai very nervously, but he doesn't understand why. Ju notices the way Khan treats Lim and is very surprised by the age difference between them. He later notices a strange answer written that some of these trainees aren't telling the truth about their real identities, so he quickly disposes of the paper, terrified that May's secret will be exposed. May runs into Ju by chance at a restaurant, and before she can quickly leave, she sees Jai, so she is forced to go back with them along with Yu. They later talk about Khan, and Ju asks her if she would agree to be in a relationship with Khan if he asks. Jai gets very angry at Ju's questions but wants to know May's answer. When he asks her on their way home, she tells him she already answered him when she tried to get close to him, making her very embarrassed. The next day, a new body is found at the lake dam, so Jai goes to investigate. Hyun's young daughter comes to him, crying, telling him he is her father. Jai remembers himself as a child when he saw a body and thought it was his mother. He spent a long time going to the station to find out where his mother was, but the officer would tell him each time to go home and that they would look for her, but sadly, they haven't found anything yet. Ju continues to watch Khan and Lim, very surprised by their relationship. News then spreads of Hyun's death and all his colleagues are saddened. Lim later notices that Chul's car is similar to the criminal's car that appeared before her, and that the license plate numbers are the same ones Jai asked her to find out who owned. She quickly runs to tell Ju, who says they need evidence. She remembers she is the only witness in the case, but she doesn't know how to act because she is currently Lim, and the witness is May. Jai later learns that Hyun's body had the same type of drug. So he asks his boss to search Chul's hospital because they suspect him due to their investigations, but he refuses because they have no evidence. So Jai and his team decide to act on their own. They go to the hospital together under the pretext that Lim is sick. The nurse insists on taking a blood sample for analysis. When Chul learns she is in the hospital, he quickly goes there. Lim and Ju split up, each searching for evidence in a different place. Lim manages to get to Chul's office, and before he discovers her presence, his blood test results for Lim arrive, and he discovers her blood type is different from the one he has on file for her. He wonders who she she is and what is happening now. Ju manages to get to the basement of the hospital and takes a sample of the medicine stored there, and also manages to photograph the same type of drug that was in the victims' bodies when they searched the hospital's administration office, where it was stored in large quantities. They manage to leave the hospital with the evidence they need. Later, Lim informs Ju that Chul has left the work. When Mei returns to Yu's place, she finds out the video searching for the cat isn't very widespread, so the next day Lim is very upset about that. When Khan finds out why, he decides to help her and post the news on his page, so of course many people heard the news because he has giant followers. They find out the cat is with a specific girl, so they go to meet her, but Lim insists on meeting the girl alone. When she goes to her, the girl doesn't know anything about the cat and only did it to meet Khan, and of course gets angry at Lim. Lim tries to apologize to her and then returns to her friend's place. Mei buys food on the street and runs into Jai's home. Mei intentionally talks to Yu in front of Jai, and he hears she's talking with someone else and can't sleep, so he stays upset and angry all night because Mei was here talking out loud until late night. Mei now was with Khan to look for the cat. They meet another girl, but she has a different cat, not the one they are looking for. Jai calls her, Khan answers and tells him Mei is busy and can't answer, so Jai gets even angrier. Maybe he became a little jealous. The next day, Jai manages to interrogate one of the drug dealers and he tells them their location, so they go to the place. Lim had been there before him. They have to climb a high mountain. The task ain't easy, so Jai is amazed by Lim's when she starts climbing like it's not that big a deal. Meanwhile, exhausted Jai can't catch his breath and collapse to the ground. They then see the person who will help them to look for evidence, and they start digging to the ground until Lim finds the buried drugs. She quickly tries to go down and leave Jai because the sun is about to set, so Jai is forced to walk a very long distance alone to get down. He gets very tired and Ju is waiting near his car to take him. The next day at the office, Khan buys all the vitamins necessary for Lim and her age to maintain her health, and Ju sees them. He asks Khan to meet outside the work to talk with him. They meet in restaurant, but he passes out from drinking too much and falls asleep. Khan calls Jai then to take him home, and the relationship between Mei and Jai is very strained. Mei keeps waiting for him to call her, but when she turns off her phone, Jai is right here calling, so of course they misunderstand each other. When Mei returns home at night, she finds Jai waiting for her and she is angry with him, especially when he asks about Khan. She asks if he was stalking her, then enters the house and leaves him. She finds out it's raining heavily outside, so she feels bad for him because he doesn't have an umbrella, so she quickly comes out with one. But when she comes out, she sees Khan, who tells her he doesn't want her to work with Jai anymore and that he will pay her salary. She tells him she doesn't work just for the money but to achieve her self-worth. Khan starts being real with her and tells her it's the first time he's felt love, so of course he tells her he loves her and thinks about her all the time to the point he forgets to take his medication. He confesses he is talking about her, and Jai sees them from a distance at that time. But Mei tells him she feels the same because she is also in a failed relationship and loves someone who doesn't love her. The next day, Lim found out from Ju that Jai is sick, so she tries to stop herself from buying him medicine but does so anyway. That night, when Mei returns home, she finds her mom has prepared a delicious meal, so she tells herself this food will surely improve his health. So she takes all the food in the fridge at night and goes to him. When Mei sees Ju and Yu together, she stands aside to not disturb them. She suspects that Yu may be starting to have a crush on Ju. Mei then starts preparing food for Jai and he imagines her as if his mother is standing in front of him. Mei then tries to help him get up to eat, but he is very tired, so he asks her to stay by his side. He tells her his mother disappeared after telling him she would return to him, but she never did since then. And that is why he returned to this city to find out what happened to his mother. Mei feels very sorry for him. After he falls asleep, she returns to Yu's place, who is still amazed by Ju. The next day, Khan goes to bring Lim coffee, but she hides from him so he doesn't see her. Jai talks with Ju then about Khan and the girl he loves, and Ju is sure there are mutual feelings between them, which makes Jai very angry. Jai has people stalking Chul, and they confirm he is at the hospital because his car is there. Chul then goes to his colleague and tasks him with stalking Lim. He photographs her entering her house, and then Mei, her niece, comes out. This guy tells Chul that he couldn't photograph both of them together because they don't meet. Jai then goes to Mei's house to see her, but he hears her parents and Yu's dad arguing, and later they drink tea together normally. Mei's mom stops arguing with them because of Jai's presence, of course. When Mei returns home at night, she is surprised by Jai's presence, and her mom has prepared a lot of food because it's her sister Lim's birthday. When Jai finds out, he asks them to wait for her sister since he does not know she is missing. Before anyone can tell him what happened to her, Mei tries to stop them. She then comforts her mom and tells her she is sure her sister is still alive. After the meal, Mei goes out to talk with Jai and tells him the anniversary of her aunt's disappearance makes her unknown because she disappeared suddenly and they don't know anything about about her from back then. The next day, Ju gets a search warrant for Chul's hospital and quickly goes there. At that time, OK is talking with Seo and Jai about how they clean and are tired and they should just focus on crimes, and her words are not nice about Lim at all. We return to the hospital where they are continuing their search, but Lim runs into the doctor who did her tests and is asked to go with her to collect them because she left quickly last time. The person stalking Chul calls and tells him Chul has probably discovered them because he didn't show up for work and his car hasn't moved and he suspects something is wrong. Jai tries to get an arrest warrant for Chul from his boss, but he refuses. Jai hears them all then and worries about May, asking Ju about her. Ju says he can call her and not to hold him up. When he finds out she isn't answering, he locates her through the tracking device on her phone. When he finds out she is at Chul's hospital, he immediately heads there. Khan is worried because the same message that someone is impersonating another person has come to him multiple times. Ju tries to call Lim but can't reach her. Chul is hiding his face with a mask at that time and transfers Lim to a bed after drugging her. Jai arrives at the hospital then and tries to look for her. We learn that Chul has tied her up in the hospital's basement. Lim starts to wake up then and Chul tells her he has been looking for her for 20 years. He remembers when he went to report his wife's disappearance, whom he hadn't seen for a week, and then asked his colleague to investigate everything about her spending. He is surprised to find no money has been withdrawn from her account yet and that she used to go to a hotel regularly and meet someone there. So Chul goes to the bank to check her account himself, and there he meets the real Lim, who was still young. He asks her that if anyone tries to withdraw money from his wife's account, she should inform him, and he leaves his book with her, saying he trusts her. They later find out Chul's wife was killed in the hotel, and she is the body Jai saw when he was young and thought was his mother. The police then start to suspect Chul and investigate him, but Chul manages to prove he was elsewhere at the time of the crime. He finds calls on his phone from Lim, but when he tries to call her, he can't reach her. When he asks about her at the bank, he finds out she resigned, so Chul starts to suspect that Lim killed his wife and stole her money. Over the years, he collects any information about her. We return to him telling her she was the reason his life was destroyed. Lim tries to convince him she isn't the real Lim, so he says even if she isn't Lim, she surely knows her, and there is a reason she is impersonating her and entering the prosecutor's office building. We learn that Chul managed to work in the prosecutor's office to get close to her when he saw her name in the newspapers during Khan's incident. Lim starts calculating the time then, and before he injects her with a drug that will make her tell the truth, she tries to convince him to wait until after 6 o'clock so she can turn into May. She tells him she will prove her real identity. Jai then sees the spray May brought to protect herself and knows she is here. He remembers seeing the hospital's basement during the search, so he runs there immediately. At that time, Lim is surprised her appearance hasn't changed yet. Jai arrives and starts fighting Chul, and then May returns to her normal form and stops him from finishing off Chul. Jai manages to untie her then, and she hugs him, terrified, and faints afterwards. They take her to the hospital and interrogate Chul, who remains completely silent but is surprised when he is accused of kidnapping May because he didn't see it and doesn't know her appearance changed when Jai arrived. Jai takes May home and apologizes for being late in arresting Chul and putting her in danger. He tells her her testimony is very important, but he doesn't want her to trouble herself now, but May tells him Chul isn't the real criminal. Jai asks her to rest now. The next day at the prosecutor's office, news spreads of Chul's arrest, so OK is very surprised and says how could he kill his wife and no one discover it all these years. She goes to Lim to ask about the rumors she heard, but Lim brushes her off. When Khan brings coffee to Lim, Ju drinks it and tells Jai that Lim doesn't drink it and that they are probably upset with each other. Jai then realizes that when Ju talked about Khan's relationship with the girl he loves, he meant Lim, not May. Lim arrives then and denies what is being said about her and Khan, which makes Jai can't stop laughing, surprising Ju. At night, Jai goes to May's house to check on her and brings her a gift. The next day, Lim talks with them and says Chul isn't the criminal and they were wronged him, and she asks to talk with Chul herself, saying she can make him talk because they were colleagues. She goes to him and turns off the microphone so no one can hear them and tells him her truth then, even showing him the video of her transformation. But he gets angry with her, thinking she is mocking him. She tries to absorb his anger and tells him she also didn't believe what was happening to her at first, and tells him she remembered when her head was injured when she was young. He was the one who treated her then and told her she looked very much like her Aunt Lim, and tells him she only now understands the reason for what happened to her. She says the one who killed his wife must be the same person who killed her aunt, and they must uncover the truth. She asks him to help her if he suspects someone else, but he says he doesn't believe her at all, so she tells him she was at the crime scene and the criminal might be after her too. Chul then continues to think about Lim's words. Yu runs into Ju by chance and learns about May's kidnapping, so she quickly goes to her house, crying and checking on her, very afraid for her. Ju then starts going to Jai's house to be close to Yu. When the phone rings with his wife's name and Jai answers, Ju runs to take the phone from him and the speaker turns on and Jai finds out it's a random call. Ju confesses that the girl he was going to marry ran away before the wedding, and he was afraid to tell people what happened to save his pride. He then repeats that he will continue to live with Jai and insists on his opinion, and Jai of course can't refuse. Yu talks with May and understands from her that she is spending more time as Lim and is afraid to turn into Lim permanently, but Yu reassures her that the curse might be broken when they solve the puzzle and catch the real criminal. May then stays up all night thinking, very afraid and worried. She then goes to the police station and waits until her appearance returns to normal and enters to give her testimony. But Jai finds out and quickly goes to her, preventing her from testifying, especially when she tells him Chul might not be the criminal, and he is afraid the criminal will find out she is testifying and try to kill her. She tells him she is very afraid and can't sleep, so Jai apologizes for being late in arresting the criminal and putting her in danger, and also for being late in confirming his feelings for her. He hugs her then and confesses he loves her and takes her home afterwards. She asks him then to keep their relationship a secret for now until they solve the case, and Jai agrees to her wish. When she enters her house, her mom hears Jai's car and talks with her about their relationship, but May tries to deny it was just him giving her a ride, but her dad hears them talking, so she asks him not to tell her mom and he agrees. She enters her room then, very happy. The next day at work, Jai keeps sending messages to May, which Lim replies to, and their happiness is very evident on both of them, so Ju is surprised by them. When Jai goes to dinner with Ju, he sends messages to May telling her all the details of his day, and when she wants to call him, she remembers she left her phone at the office, so she quickly goes back to get it because Jai and Ju will be working until morning. She arrives just seconds before Jai and quickly turns off the phone and hides from him quickly and leaves without him seeing her, but he notices someone's presence and follows them. When he sees her, she gets very nervous and tells him she came to see him, which makes him very happy. May then enters the office happy and starts moving around the office knowing where everything is, but she justifies it as acting spontaneously. Later, Jai asks her about her work, which she refuses to talk about with him, and tells her he will wait for her to tell him herself because she is the only one he trusts, no matter what she does. He then tries to continue the investigation with Chul, but he refuses and says he wants to meet Lim again. So Lim goes to him and he says if he believes the nonsense she is saying, he wants to know how she will act. She tells him she smelled a distinctive smell at the time but can't identify its type, but if she smells it again, she will recognize it immediately. At that time, Seo confirms that Jai is the son of the woman who went missing 20 years ago and asks to talk with him. He tells him that Chul uses his left hand, not his right, so Jai understands that Chul is not the criminal at all, and there is also proof that he was being treated in the hospital at the time. Jai goes to his boss and tells him what they discovered, but the boss gets angry then and says he did all this to arrest Chul, and now he is telling him he is innocent and he can't handle it unless they have proof. He tells him from his colleague Tak that she will help him in this investigation, and Tak stops to talk with Jai then. When Lim sees her, she changes greatly, and when she heard from Ju that she had a crush on Jai since university days, she gets very upset. She gets even more upset when she learns that Jai will be working overnight at the office and Tak will be with him. But Jai calls May then and asks her to come out because he wants to see her, and tells her he left work for her, and tells her he will come to her every day because he can't sleep at night without seeing her. They are very happy with each other's feelings at that time. But when he invites her to lunch once, she gets very nervous and asks him to postpone it until 7 o'clock, of course so she can return to her form, and tells him the reason she is late is because of the traffic. The next day, Jai talks with Lim about the reason that makes May refuse to meet him during the day, so she tells him she must have a reason, and he is surprised when she tells him that couples must respect each other's privacy. He is surprised that she knows about their relationship and questions her, so she tells him she heard her talking with you, On the other hand, Ju tells Jai that he felt something for Yu, and Jai advises him to meet her suddenly without agreeing with her to find out what prevents her for him. He then prepares food for Yu, and when he brings it to her, Lim is there at that time, so she hides in the room. Ju sits and talks a lot with Yu, but Lim comes out after a while because she is tired of waiting, embarrassing Yu greatly. When Ju returns to Jai, he tells him that Lim was upstairs in Yu's apartment, so Jai is surprised by her presence, suspicious of something specific. As for Tak, she goes to Jai and tells him she discovered something important in the names of people who were buying drugs all the time, with a specific name repeating continuously over the 20 years. Khan comes with paper that can expose Lim's real identity. He gives the paper and he tells her he hid it because of her and wants to protect her, and that he stalked the girl who delivered the paper and managed to steal from her. So Lim goes to the girl to find out who asked her to deliver the paper to the director's office. The girl is afraid to talk at first but eventually agrees and tells her it was an old colleague of hers who asked her for this favor, and Lim gets the colleague's address from her and goes to her. She asks Khan to stay in the car and goes to the house. There, the homeowner refuses to talk with her at all until Lim tells her about the message, and she is surprised that they hired someone like her and that she recognized the name, but the person was different, and that she also applied for the job but was rejected. So she asks Lim more, so the woman shows her a picture then and points to OK and tells her this is not the real OK, and tells her she was sitting next to the real OK, and her appearance was different from the woman who was hired. Lim returns and tells Khan everything and tells him she will try to verify her identity and calls Ju to help her. Ju is on a mission at that time, and Khan learns from Lim that Ju doesn't know her secret yet. May then goes to have dinner with Jai, and he talks with her about her dreams and tells her he will encourage her to continue her studies. So May gets excited by his words and keeps studying until she falls asleep. When she wakes up as Lim, Jai goes to her house to try to see her during the day and talks with her mom about Yu's aunt. So her mom tells him Yu's mom died long ago and she has no siblings. So he asks them if they know anyone named Lim, and she tells him that she is her sister, so he tells her she must have confused her with someone else. Lim wakes up then to the sound of her parents, who welcoming Jai, so she gets very nervous when she finds the door opening and tries to escape through the window, but her mom sees her. They run after her then and even call the police, so they manage to arrest her and take her to the station. There, Lim keeps crying and telling them she is May, and keeps telling them things that happened between her and her mom that no one else knows. Jai arrives suddenly and recognizes her and is shocked, unable to understand what is happening, and asks her to explain what is happening to him, but she of course can't talk. When May's mom returns home, she talks with her husband that this woman looks very much like her sister Lim when she gets older, and feels sad because she might be her sister indeed. May goes to Yu then and tells her she didn't believe she became an employee and works. So May tries to reassure her and tells her they must tell the truth, but in this case, they will go to prison because she is considered to have impersonated another person and worked with it in the prosecutor's office. They start crying more about the situation they are in. When Jai returns home, he finds May's mom waiting for him and asks about Lim, so they tell him they feel she is her sister, and surely she must be upset with them for not recognizing her, and ask about her whereabouts. When May finds out, she cries more and repeats that she will resign from her job. When Lim leaves the house, she sees Chol's colleague and he offers her a flower and asks her to confirm its smell, so she tells him it is the same smell she smelled from the criminal's car. He tells her it is the poppy flower. Ju confirms Ok's real identity and finds out her real name is Sim, which is the same name that was repeated in the records of drug buyers. Jai arrives then and takes Lim out of the office to talk with her. When she hands him her resignation, he starts asking her about her relationship with May and tells her he is shocked because he trusted her and pressured her a lot with his words, so she leaves her resignation and leaves crying. May's dad goes to his friend, Yu's dad, and asks him for the address he had from long ago and asks him the reason he wants to see her after all this time. The man directs him to a remote area. At that time, Ju goes to catch up with Lim before she leaves and tells her this is the same name they were looking for, so Lim confirms that the fake OK is not at work. We then see a beautiful woman, not elderly, and we go back in a flashback. We see her finishing off Chol's wife and stealing her checkbook. She then goes to Lim and asks her to withdraw all the money from her account for her, but Lim calls Chul, who doesn't answer at that time. When she leaves, she finds the woman has disappeared. When she returns from work, she sends a message to Chul and tells him what happened, but suddenly Sim appears behind her and hits her on the head. May's mom sees the crime happening, and when her bag falls and Sim hears it, she runs to see the bag, and from the lighter she knows where she works and goes to the cafe. There, she finds May's dad waiting for her. In the present, when he returns to his office, Ju tells him he managed to reach Sim, whom they were looking for, and that she was next to them all along and impersonated okay. Lim then breaks into Sim's locker to check what is inside. May's dad is there at that time and tells her he doesn't know if she remembers or not, but he came to her long ago and asked for her help in finding his wife's sister, and now he asks her to help him again. But Sim tells him more than 20 years have passed, so he tells her because of his wife's suffering, he just wants to know if she was alive or not, and gives her a paper they agreed on long ago that she would help him look for Lim. In a flashback, she remembers when the original Lim went to the cafe where she worked long ago, because it was the last place the original Lim was there, and she took money from them to help her sister, but suddenly in the present time, Maze calls her dad. When Sim sees the picture and hears her name, she remembers it was the same name she heard the day of the crime of the woman they found in the river. In the prosecutor's office, Lim manages to find poppy flowers in Sim's locker. We return to Sim asking him if anyone knows he is with her now, and when he tells her no one knows, she tells him to rest her heart and closes the window. She remembers the day of applying for the job when she bumped into her and then attacked OK and finished her off. Lim then calls Jai with Ju and tells him she found the real criminal who impersonated OK. Through surveillance cameras, Jai manages to find the location of Sim's cafe and asks her not to move from her place so she doesn't expose herself to danger. But she receives a message from her dad's phone asking her to come to a specific place. When she calls him, she finds a video of her dad tied up, followed by a call from the criminal herself, asking her to come meet her if she wants to save him and not to inform the police because if she does, she will finish him off. So Lim leaves running, not answering Jai's calls. She arrives at the place and keeps running until sunset, and her appearance returns to May then. When she arrives, she hears her dad's phone, and when she approaches it, Sim hits her on the head, so May loses consciousness. In a flashback, we see Sim finishing off Chul's wife and actually withdrawing all her money from the bank, and also impersonating OK to be able to work in the prosecutor's office. Not only did she impersonate her, but she also finished her off. We return to our present, and Yu discovers May tried to contact her multiple times and asked her to call the police if she couldn't reach her. So Yu worries about her greatly and looks for Jai's number but remembers she doesn't have it, but she has Ju's number, so she calls him and informs him what happened. Ju goes to Jai, who is with the search team, to tell him Sim's location, so Jai worries greatly when he hears Ju's words, but he manages to locate May through the tracking device. So he immediately moves there. At that time, May starts to wake up and sees Sim sitting in front of her, continuing to eat normally as if nothing happened. Jai arrives at the place where Sim hit May and knows she is in a nearby warehouse. The police find May's dad and take him to the hospital. As for May, she tries to save herself with the small weapon in her pocket and tries to reach Sim to cut the rope. She asks her if she was the one who killed her Aunt Lim, so Sim laughs hard and tells them they were tired of her aunt and kept looking for her. We see that May managed to take a drug injection that fell from Sim and in seconds runs to escape from this crazy criminal. Of course, Jai arrives late but confirms May is very close because he saw her phone and also the cut rope and knows she is in danger, so he starts moving around the house. He goes out to the forest where Sim is running and throwing axes at her to finish her off. But when May falls to the ground, she tries to use them and then attacks her to subdue her so they can arrest her. But Sim is very strong, and before she finishes May with a vase, she sees Lim and goes crazy, talking to herself, saying how is this possible that she finished her off herself 20 years ago and gets afraid then and falls to the ground. So May uses this opportunity and injects her with the drug while she is also afraid. After Jai arrives, he finds Sim tied to the tree, so he keeps calling for May but doesn't hear any response and sees the cat then, so he follows it after it caught his attention. The sun is about to rise and he sees May ahead. When he approaches her, he finds her as Lim, so he thinks he was hallucinating from the pressure he is under and takes her to the hospital afterwards. As for the surrounding area, it is searched, And after much search and digging in the ground, they discover there are skeletal remains buried for more than 20 years. Jai sees the skeletal remains of one of them and finds a large ring on her finger, so he remembers he brought this ring as a gift for his mother. He sits next to her and cries a lot because he wished she was still alive. After a while, Lim wakes up in the hospital and Yu is by her side and she looks very afraid. Lim asks her about her dad then and finds out he is in the same hospital, so she goes to check on him from afar, unable to enter because her appearance is still changed. So she is forced to wait until nightfall to be able to check on her dad who has decided to return home. She runs to him and hugs him. At that time, a detective calls her mom and tells her they found the body of her sister Lim, and the news spreads with the crime details. Jai begins the investigation with Sim, who appears to be mentally ill, and she pressures Jai when she tells him and sits telling him that his mother saw her dragging Lim's body on the ground. And of course, since she found out from her lighter where she works, she started going to sit in the same cafe where Jai's mother worked to be close to her and act if anything happens at any time. One day, she hears her saying she agrees to testify to what she saw, so she decided to finish her off. She also tells Jai that his mother kept calling his name and begging to be returned to him because she promised him she would return to him. After Jai gets angry with her, of course, he can't control his nerves and bushed off and tells her she must be punished for all her crimes and leaves her and goes out. Lim then goes to Chul and tells him she kept her promise to him and the truth has emerged. As for the investigation, Khan testifies and also Lim with everything that happened at the very beginning. We see that Lim starts spending the whole day with her friend Yu, and they are surprised that May's appearance hasn't returned to normal yet even after arresting the criminal. Not only that, but she also learns from Yu that she will end her relationship with Jai, but Yu is by her side and supports her, telling her she will stay by her side all the time. All this time, Jai keeps sending her messages to check on her, but May doesn't answer him at all. At night, May repeats returning home alone because there is no danger to her anymore, and Yu asks her to take care of herself then. But when she sees Ju treating her kindly, she tells him he can't talk to her in this nice way since he is married, but Ju immediately clarifies the truth and tells her he is not married, so Yu is very happy and they go out to have dinner together. But at May's house, Jai is standing waiting for her, and as soon as he sees her, he is happy and asks her then about the reason for ignoring him, so he sees tears in her eyes, and she tells him she wants to tell him a serious secret and justification for all that happened between them. But Jai shocks her and tells her if she is going to talk about her and Lim being the same person, so May is shocked and asks him since when he knew her secret, so Jai tells her he saw her the day of Sim's arrest while she was transforming, and he thought he was going crazy. But when he thought about everything, he discovered this is the truth, and also tells her that if she trusted him, she would have told him from the beginning, but May tells him she never had any chance. She was always afraid her whole life. Her starting her path to work in the prosecutor's office was as Lim, and she started to love seeing him every day and loves her work there, and that's why she was afraid to tell him. Suddenly, she tells him they must break up and insists on her decision. Even after Jai tells her he has never loved anyone in the world like he loves her, May leaves him and enters her house and keeps crying all night, of course. But Tak discovers that the name of one of the victims is the same as the name of Lim who works with them. So the director asks her to be quiet because it will make him look stupid in front of everyone, and what matters to him is that the case is solved so he can return to his old position again. At May's house, her mom is sleeping, tired, and depressed from what she heard about her sister. She keeps talking with her husband and crying, telling him her sister has no one but her and surely her end won't be like hers. May comes out of her room still as Lim and crying hard. As soon as her mom sees her, she hugs her and apologizes for not recognizing her from the beginning and that she must be upset with her. So May tries to explain the truth to them, but her mom keeps hugging her. As soon as night begins to fall, she transforms into her form, so her dad and mom are shocked by what they are seeing, and May's mom is shocked, of course, and keeps crying and hugging her daughter, who doesn't know why this is happening to her. In Chul's trial, he is sentenced to 3 years for kidnapping Lim, and this reduced sentence is also after Lim's intercession for him. After the trial, when Jai learns from Ju that Tak asked for May's testimony in Sim's case, he knows she surely can't come because the trial will be during the day. As for Lim, she repeats enjoying her time during the day and spending as much time as possible with her dad and mom and also her friend Yu. As for at night, Mei repeats continuing her studies for the government exams, but this time she studies something she loves. Mei's mom wakes up one day from sleep and is very sad for her daughter, who is elderly and wants to take her to a sorcerer. But Mei tells her she tried everything imaginable, and what bothers her mom more is that she sees her daughter very resigned to her difficult condition. But Mei's dad is very tender with her and tries to help her in any way as well. Later, Mei goes out as Lim with Yu, and they spend a very nice time, but Mei keeps remembering her memories with Jai and all the tasks they did together for work, and it is clear she is very affected and sad as well. At Mei's house, we see Jai standing waiting in front of the door, so her dad comes out after his wife prepares food for Jai and gives it to him and asks him to take care of himself and asks him the reason he keeps standing like this in front of their door. So Jai tells him he comes against his will, and after receiving a message from Mei to her dad that she is about to arrive home, he tries to delay Jai as much as he can so they don't meet, but Mei doesn't arrive until after Jai leaves, so her dad scolds her for being very late. She had already seen Jai from afar, which is why she delayed herself so they wouldn't meet. He learns that Mei is studying law books and this is what she wants to study and succeed in. Later, when Jai learns from Ju that he will return to Seoul again, he is very sad and wants him to stay with him, but Jai insists and tells him he will check on Mei through him and Yu, and they live on the same street. Mei is with Yu at that time and they take pictures and joke together, and Mei sees the cat, but the cat walks away immediately. On the same night when Mei sleeps, she dreams of Lim coming to say goodbye to her and telling her she has done all she can. Mei tells her she was her gift in life and because of her she lived everything she wished for, and they say goodbye to each other afterwards. Mei wakes up from sleep with the sunrise, and this is the day of Sim's trial. Everyone in the courtroom is nervous because Mei is very late, but she suddenly enters in her normal form and testifies to everything that happened and asks the judge to give Sim the maximum punishment possible. When Mei learns from Yu afterwards that Jai will return to Seoul, she is very upset, but at that time the judge announces that he has sentenced Sim to death, so they are very happy. But Mei's mom wants to kill her herself for what she did to her sister, her daughter, and her body. Mei stands from afar watching Jai leaving the prosecutor's office for the last time. At night, she gathers with her family and they learn from Yu's dad that Mei is studying again for the administrative job exams, and of course her mom objects, but Mei tells them even if she doesn't succeed this time, she won't be sad. This time she has a real dream and must achieve it, and her mom can't object to their words, of course. Jai is standing behind the door, and when Mei comes out to get the juice they like, she finds he left her the rose she always took care of. As for Khan, he continues his artistic career and Mei is his source of inspiration, and they remain friends and always meet and help each other. Ju then asks Yu to marry him, so Yu agrees, so Ju is very happy because he truly loves her. We learn what happened later after 6 months in Seoul when we see Jai with another prosecutor colleague talking about his new secretary and telling him about her abilities, so Jai remembers everything Mei used to do as Lim. He is surprised that there could be someone with the same abilities as her. Suddenly, when his colleague points to the new secretary, he meets her by chance. After a while, Mei's manager tries to get close to her or invite her to dinner or even attend a party together, but Mei of course rejects him. So Jai enters to save her and is very happy that Mei doesn't love anyone else, and also when he sees his rose with her, he is very happy. But when he leans on the cactus, the thorn enters his hand, so Mei tries to help him. He confesses to her then that he loves her and hugs her, and they get back together finally. He holds her hand then and they walk together. At that time, he hears Lim calling him, but he doesn't see anyone, and Lim is indeed standing from afar, very happy for them. And thus the series ends. For me, this is a fantastic ending. What about you? And I would have enjoyed my work more if you tell me if you like the series down below in the comment. Don't forget the like and subscribe to the channel. Bye, see you in a new video.